Amazon has just launched its brand new marketplace in Ireland. Now, whether you are a new seller living in Ireland and looking to sell on the platform, or you're an existing seller already in Europe or in the UK and you're thinking about this, I'll share with you everything you need to know about the fulfillment, about taxes, and my personal thoughts behind this and whether you should do this or not. And I think you'll be quite surprised. Let's get started. You can see right here in a press release from Amazon, they have now launched Amazon.ie in Ireland. You can access 200 million different products, and you can access the new Prime subscription for just €6.99 per month. Now, what do you get in the Prime membership? Well, very simply, 1 day delivery on millions of products, access to the Prime Day discounts, Prime Video, Prime Gaming, Amazon Photos, and lots of other exclusive offers. Now, this follows on from Amazon opening its first distribution center. This was back in 2022, and you can see a picture of it right here. Now, this is a 630,000 square foot fulfillment center, which is going to obviously support shipping in Ireland. Really big opportunity with the Irish market. And another interesting fact, if you want to know, that the Irish have about a 96% adoption rate of online access and, should I say, purchasing as well. So pretty much everyone in Ireland is buying online. So such a big opportunity there. If you're looking for more suppliers that you can find more profitable products, maybe in different categories, then do get my top 100 supplier list, which is absolutely free. And if you just click the link down in the description below, now you'll be able to access the free top 100 list and get that right now for both the USA and the UK. So click the link, get started. Now, you might be asking, what are the pros behind selling on Ireland? Well, if you get in there straight away, you are going to be accessing a local market which has been underserved by the local competition, and they're now going to be accessing your products locally and getting it fast. And as we know with Amazon, anything they do, it just blows up very, very quickly. So I think there's a great opportunity here. And obviously, people from Ireland are very used to purchasing, but right now, because of Brexit, they're going to be buying from the likes of France and Germany, which has longer shipping times and increased costs. They aren't buying from the UK because of Brexit. But this now changes the game. This means that people in Ireland can buy from their local Amazon and get it shipped from a local distribution center, getting the next day delivery, which is going to make a big difference. Now, if we talk about some of the cons behind Ireland, it is a smaller marketplace. There are only about 5 million people, I believe, in Ireland. And so therefore, it's a lot smaller than the likes of Germany and France. And because it's an island, obviously logistics is going to have a bigger impact. You're probably going to want to store stock on the mainland in Ireland to enable that great distribution of same day shipping or next day delivery, which isn't going to happen if you're shipping from Europe or even from the UK. That causes other problems. Now, on top of this, obviously, Ireland is a country and it does have its own taxation. So when we talk about taxation, we talk about VAT or value added tax. And just like the rest of Europe, which Ireland is part of, you will need to be registered for VAT in Ireland if you are not a resident in Ireland itself. So this basically means if you do not live in Ireland and you want to sell in the Irish marketplace, you're going to have to set up taxation or registration for taxation in Ireland, which has additional costs and complexity as well, which is just more administration. But I will share something later on, which I think is going to help you understand whether this is the right opportunity for you or not, based on my own personal feedback. Now, the one thing I will kind of add to this is that in Seller Central, you can see right now, they've actually announced the news of the Ireland.ie is now live. And what they have done is said they are allowing free VAT registration for 2 years for VAT filing services valued up to 1,900. So they're really understanding this is going to be an administrative cost for people. And so therefore, they're basically taking that cost away, which is going to help out. Now, on top of this, they're also doing discounted FBA and pan FBA fees when you use a local fulfillment center. So this is basically holding stock in Ireland, which is going to help next day delivery, but they're going to give you discounts on that fulfillment fees, which could be very interesting if you've got a great product which is selling. And then also as well, seamless expansion of the automatic listings of your existing products. So basically, this is the build international listings section of Amazon Seller Central, where you can just basically take all your listings from France or Germany and export them straight over to Ireland and have them show up in the Irish Amazon.ie marketplace. Now, the one other thing we noticed, obviously, when we logged into our UK account is you can literally come up to your account and you can see all of the countries and you can see, obviously, Ireland there. That is part of one of the marketplaces you can now select and navigate within Amazon Seller Central as a seller on Amazon. You can do that. Now, one of the questions you might be asking is, should you be selling on Ireland and how does it work with taxation? One, if you are an existing resident of Ireland, under the Irish law for taxation, you can buy products and sell them locally within Ireland, I believe up to the value of about 75,000 euros in a single 12-month period, and you don't need to be registered for VAT. So this reduces complexity and also administration. Now, once you go over the 75,000 euro mark, you then will need to register for VAT. Again, check with an accountant, something really important. But if you are local in Ireland thinking about getting started selling on Amazon, then you can do this without registering for VAT, and it's really, really simple. Also as well, if you are not living in Ireland and you're not registered in Ireland as a company, for example, if you're in Europe or if you're in the UK, for example, and you want to take advantage of selling on Amazon.ie, then you will need to register for VAT. And obviously Amazon is providing that 1,900 values worth of 2 years registration, which is going to help you out in just managing that cost. How does this affect shipment and logistics and understanding that? As you may or may not know, Ireland is part of Europe as the European Union. And so therefore they have the free trade agreement. And so you can move goods in and out of Ireland into mainland Europe without problems. So how does this affect Amazon sellers? Well, if you are an existing Amazon seller within the mainland Europe and you are using Pan-EU or European Fulfillment Network, and these are basically methods of shipping, or Amazon allows you to hold your stock maybe in one country or maybe multiple countries and sell across all of the marketplaces across Europe, which are connected, then Amazon will do the logistics for you when you sell a product. And that's EFN generally means you're going to hold it in one or two countries, and then Amazon's European Fulfillment Network will ship it out to all the other countries, or Pan-EU is basically they'll hold the stock pretty much everywhere. Now, the one big thing you need to understand is that with Pan-EU, if you are physically holding stock in another country, you are going to need to register for VAT. So again, if you are a Pan-EU seller right now, you are going to be able to take advantage of getting stock shipped by Amazon into the Amazon Ireland marketplace and holding it there, and obviously take advantage of that discount of the 1,900 that Amazon's going to use for you, which is just going to mean easy transition of expanding your reach to another marketplace pretty much for free. And with the build international listings set up to transfer all the listings from Europe over to Ireland, it's just going to make it very seamless and very easy for you. Now, one of the questions you might ask is, wonder if I'm in the UK and I want to sell in Ireland? Well, this is pretty much the same as being a UK seller and wanting to sell in France. Because of Brexit, you cannot sell directly into there as you would normally. You would need to register for VAT to sell stock if you're going to hold it in those. So if you're not doing it already, it probably isn't going to be advantageous for you. And if you were going to in the UK and you wanted to expand, you're probably going to find out it's actually a much better opportunity to say maybe sell into Germany, a much bigger marketplace, than to look into Ireland as an initial marketplace to get started within Ireland, or say within the EU itself. Now, the other thing I'll just kind of add to that is that the VAT rate in Ireland is 23%. So you've got to factor that into your pricing and just make sure that you're adjusting for that. Because obviously in Europe, some of them are going to be a little bit lower, which means that you could be losing money if you're selling at the same price. Now, a final thing just to add on top of that, Amazon does not handle the VAT filings for you. While they are giving you the discount pricing, you still need to do that for yourself in your own businesses. But Amazon is obviously giving you a discount or paying effectively for the price of filing those returns, but you still need to prepare the returns yourself. Be mindful of that. Now, we have seen from the research based on the Amazon Seller Central forums of other sellers who are doing Pan-EU saying that their stock is now showing up in Ireland as an option to sell. Now, even if they're not VAT registered in Ireland, Amazon's still building those listings across, so be careful and check it. Make sure that you're happy with what's going on. If you want to sell in Ireland or not, that's really important. Now, if you are interested in taking your business to the next level from people who have already been there and built not one, but multiple seven-figure Amazon businesses in the UK and the USA, then do check out the Amazon FBA War Room. We have a really engaged community where you can ask questions. We have classroom material. You can do 0 to 10K in just 2 hours per day. Weekly live training, which is all recorded, and you can see all the previous recordings and watch them back since we started. You've also got fighting section 3s, and we do a weekly live Q&A session. You can watch them all back, see the handouts, get everything you need to know. And right now, there is a free 7-day trial, and I'll drop a link down in the description. You can access this and get started scaling your business. Join us on the weekly live calls, get the information you need to scale. Now, let's jump into my personal opinion of whether you should be selling on Ireland or not. Now, if you live in Ireland right now and you're thinking about getting into e-commerce, this can be really beneficial. Now, unfortunately, Ireland's not going to be the biggest marketplace to get selling, but it is a very good opportunity right now to learn about e-commerce, to do it as a really simple business model, not needing to worry about VAT, that if you wanted to sell in the UK, for example, or in Europe, that's going to be a problem. But you can sell locally in your domestic market. You can even do fulfillment by merchant, which is going to be so easy, like shipping from your house rather than doing FBA, but it just makes life a lot easier. So I think if you're in Ireland right now, living there, thinking about getting started, this can be a game changer to help you get started. If you are living in Europe or your business is in Europe and you're already selling on the European marketplaces and thinking about selling in Amazon Ireland, if you're currently doing pan-EU, I would definitely recommend doing this. It's going to cost you nothing to do. Amazon's going to pay for the VAT returns, and on top of that, you can build the listings across. So you're basically just expanding your reach for no real effort at all. If you're doing EFN, perhaps maybe that could be an option for you. Again, I'll kind of share that I always think you should just focus on a few things, but if it isn't going to create any more administrative burden and it's quite easy for you, I think it could be a good option. But now, if you are a UK seller thinking about moving to Ireland, I would strongly disagree. I'd say no, I don't think selling in Ireland is going to be a good choice. If anything, I would say focus on the UK, but if you are looking to expand into Europe, like I said earlier on, I strongly believe that if you are going to expand into Europe, your first port of call should not be pan-EU into the whole of Europe. It should probably be just selling on Amazon Germany, holding your stock there, being VAT registered in one country, less complexity, and maybe using the EFN network to sell to other marketplaces, but while physically having to only hold your stock in one country and deal with VAT registration in one country. It's much easier, and focus is key in the game of business. Spreading yourself too wide is generally not going to be beneficial. But if you're in a big operation and you're in multiple countries doing pan-EU, this could be a great opportunity for you. Now, the one thing I will say is selling in Amazon marketplaces can be a great opportunity, but if you are looking to make money, you need to learn how to analyze deals and find profitable deals, which you can buy low to resell high. That's why I want to share with you, and I'll put it around here, a video which I've recorded about how we use a software tool to analyze deals, which is called Seller Amp, and it walks you through step by step what I do and how we analyze those deals. Check it out around here, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and hey, comment down below if you're looking to sell on Amazon Ireland as well. I'd love to know how many of you are thinking about this.